I thank the gentleman. Commissioner Koskinen, 3 weeks ago in front of the Ways and Means Committee, you testified, we actually got it on the screen here, Lois Lerner was not trying to destroy email. In fact, she was working very hard to restore her emails. Do you stand by that statement?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, then I want to show you a few emails that you've had a chance to review now. We got these on July 3rd, 4 o'clock, and I want to show you 3 emails out of 15,000 that you dumped on us on July 3rd. Let's go first to this one. This is to Lois Lerner to Maria Hook. I had a question today about OCS, what the chairman was asking you about earlier. I was cautioning folks about email and how we have had several occasions where Congress has asked for emails and there's been an electronic search for responsive emails. So we need to be cautious about what we say in emails because Congress might get a hold of them. American people might actually find out what the IRS is doing. But then she closed, someone asked if OCS conversations were also searchable. Now, your response to the chairman was you don't know anything about OCS. Is that true? You have no idea what this system is?
Correct.
It's our understanding, after our staff did some background work, that this is an intra-office instant messaging chat-type system that you have in place at the Internal Revenue Service. And this was followed up by a response from Ms. Hook, excuse me. So remember, Ms. Lerner says, I had a question about OCS. Then Ms. Hook responds back, OCS messages are not set to automatically save as the standard. You follow me, Mr. Koskinen?
Right along with you.
I appreciate it. And then, of course, the response from Ms. Lerner is perfect. So now I want to show you one more timeline, one more slide, and it's actually the timeline from the Inspector General. March 28, 2013, discussion draft report was issued to the IRS. And so here's what I see. Now, maybe you see something different, but this is what I see, and my guess is the American people see this. At our last hearing, we learned that on June 3rd, 2011, Chairman Camp sent a letter to the Internal Revenue Service saying, hey, we're concerned about what we think may be targeting of conservative groups. 10 days later, June 13th, 2011, a bunch of computers mysteriously crash, including Lois Lerner's computer. Now we jump forward. March 28, 2013, the Inspector General gives the Internal Revenue Service the discussion draft report, his audit. And you all learn, well, you weren't there at the time, but the IRS learns, and specifically Ms. Lerner learns, that you've been caught with your hands in the cookie jar, and that, in fact, targeting was going on, and now the Inspector General knows it. And so 12 days later, we get this email exchange that we just went through, where Ms. Lerner says, wow, I know I've gotten rid of the emails when the computer crashed 2 years earlier, but I better double check on this intra-office instant messaging capability we have here at the Internal Revenue Service. And she says, perfect, when she learns that it's not traceable, not trackable, not stored. And so my question to you, I mean, we know Ms. Lerner's not being square with the American people. Remember, it was just 31 days after this email exchange right here. 31 days later, she went to a Bar Association speech here in town and told the whole world Washington had nothing to do with it. Even though she's trying to make sure her tracks are covered, she told the whole world Washington didn't have anything to do with it. It's a couple rogue agents, a couple line agents in Cincinnati. So we know she can't be trusted. But what I want to know is, why did it take us this long to get these emails? We've been after these for 6 months, and you dump them on us on July 3rd.
First of all,
have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen this stuff before?
No, and I don't see anything in here where Lois Lerner says, "Wow, I got rid of my earlier emails, and now I got to check on them."
I'm not saying that. I'm focusing on the pattern. I'm focusing on the pattern.
I'm sorry. You said for the record that Lois Lerner had written.
No, I didn't. I said Dave Camp sent her a letter. 10 days later, her computer mysteriously crashes, and 7 other important people at the IRS. And then I'm saying, here's the pattern again. She learns that there's, the Inspector General is going to issue a report that says the IRS was in fact targeting conservative groups, and now 12 days after that she says we better make sure this OCS system doesn't track anything, is not traceable, and Congress and more importantly the American people can't get access to what we were talking about.
Let me just interrupt a second. Mr. Massey's time has expired. I'm recognizing Mr. Jordan for his 5 minutes at this point.
Yeah, I don't see anything in here about Congress using the OCS system or not helping Congress. It says the recommendation is to treat the conversation as if it's been saved somewhere because it's possible that somebody else did it.
All right, fair enough. Let's look at the first sentence in each email. Lois Lerner says to Ms. Hoke, I had a question today about OCS. First sentence from Ms. Hoke says, OCS messages are not set to automatically save as the standard. Lois Lerner's response, perfect. That's what I see.
Well,
Now, here's the point.
would my friend yield?
I'll be happy to yield here in a second.
I thank you.
Have you made these emails, have you given these emails to the FBI?
We provide all of the emails we provide to all the investigators, so I'm assuming this went to all 6 investigators.
Well, now, just a couple weeks ago when I asked you, did you tell the FBI that when you knew that you had lost Lois Lerner's emails, you said you did not. But now you're saying you've sent this information to the FBI?
We send all of the, for the tax writing committees, and the FBI has 6103 for that, we've sent 960,000 documents, and we've sent those to everybody doing an investigation, including the Justice
Have you or anyone at the IRS sat down with the FBI and talked to them about the lost emails of Lois Lerner and/or this email chain that we just discussed?
I have no understanding, not to my understanding.
You have not. You personally have not.
I have personally not.
The FBI has not talked to you about the lost emails of Lois Lerner.
They have not.
Has anyone at the Justice Department talked with you or anyone at the Internal Revenue Service about Lois Lerner's lost emails?
I don't know.
No. Well, have they? So the FBI has not talked to you, and you don't know if they talked to anyone in your agency about?
I have no idea whether the Justice Department has talked to anybody at the agency. They have not talked to me.
The Justice Department. So for the record, the FBI and the Justice Department have not talked to you about the lost Lois Lerner emails.
That's correct.
And they have not talked to you about this email exchange right here.
That's correct.
Okay.
Would my friend yield?
In just a second. Let me go to one other thing. One other thing we noticed on this email exchange between Ms. Lerner and Ms. Hook. It's copied to Nanette Downing. Do you know who Nanette Downing is?
I do not.
Do not? Well, we do. She's the head of the exams division at the Internal Revenue Service. Any idea why the person who's head of the exams division is getting copied on email that says we want to make sure that intra-office communications aren't tracked? I mean, particularly in light of the fact we also just learned in the past few weeks that Ms. Lerner was hoping Mr. Grassley, Senator Grassley, was going to be referred for an exam. Any idea why Nanette Downing is listed on this email exchange, Commissioner?
I have no idea why.
No idea?
None.
Okay. Has the FBI talked to Nanette Downing? Do you know that?
I do not know.
All right.
Would my friend yield?
I'd be happy to yield.